Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a showdown of Shiranui Nubatama versus Victor Nova Grapplers. So this is going to be an interesting one because Shiranui has been the deck that has put out the most results coming out of week 1 of VBT 11 release. So Nova Grapplers going first, we ride Arashid and we do indeed find Victor. This is huge because we only play 4 grade 3s in deck. And finding Victor as early as turn 1 is just really good sign. And we'll be discarding 1 here for the grade 3 add to hand. It's going to be the heal trigger, keeping the perfect guard instead. So he writes the promo here, which is called Tobi Tachi. This card is insane. The cost can be paid with a Soul Blast 1 instead of Counter Blast 1 if you and your opponent are of the same grade. On place Vanguard, rear guard circle, look at the top 7 cards of your deck, add a Shiranui in card name to your hand. And also continuous rear guard circle if you have it gives all your tokens plus 5,000 power, and also he gets 5 himself as well. So he attacks for 8 here. Draw trigger get, that's an easy +2 of this turn already. So I'll be riding Kick Typhoon on Vanguard Circle, giving 5,000 power to himself. And that's just a simple attack here. 14 power to a Vanguard. He's gonna no guard because Nubatama always wants grade 2 damage. And I'll check a heal here, which is that's actually very big in a bad way. So that's really big because he can easily damage deny me here, and I will have the weakest turn 3 Victor ever because Victor actually needs Color Blast to get his twin drive, his triple drive and a restand. So if he actually damage denies here, that's gonna be really very big. So he writes the Furai here, and I have to actually discard a card from my hand, and if I discard a grade 0, he would draw 1. So I'll be discarding the Scarlet Bird and drawing a card. So I don't actually want him to draw a card here. He calls yet another Tobitachi, Soul Blasting 1, and finds yet another Oboro. Sorry, not Oboro, this is the normal Shiranui. So he's gone +2 already. Using 2 souls to find 2 Oboros. This is just straight up mad card advantage at this point. So he's thinking of calling another Furai that we see in hand. Or he could simply pass turn here because he's already gotten so much card advantage. So another Furai is called. Nope, he thinks about it, decides against it. He swings with Furai, using Furai skill to counter blast 1, return 1 of his rear guards, giving Vanguard plus 5,000 power and drawing a card. So he actually decides to give me that 1 damage because he feels rather comfortable, and yes, really quite a sizable hand. So we ride Victor here, XL2 is opened, and oh my, we actually whiffed Victor's skill. So this is really very unfortunate because that's one of Victor's best skills, right? Nova Grappler really doesn't have means of getting card advantage, so that's actually really huge. We're going to be needing to commit everything from hand. So this is a hard commit from hand. We have 3 restanders. This is a potential 7 attacks on field. So Jack, restand, this is a 2nd attack. This is our 3rd attack. No defensive trigger. This is actually huge. We're pushing mad damage here. So we want a Soul Blast 1. Restand Jack yet again. This is our 4th attack. This is going to be a triple drive on Victor. And at this point, he's already at 3 damage. So he guards for 1 here, which is big. And there's blanks, triple blanks. This is crazy efficient guarding. Is this man a hacker or what? Oh my gosh. Guarding 1 against the triple drive. So he takes these. That's the 5th attack. This is the 6th attack. He guards with a quick shield. This is the 7th attack coming in. He guards it with the perfect guard. He doesn't want to be at 5 damage. So we end the turn with 0 soul from the Nova Grappler player. So he isn't able to use the Ganbaru gun or the Victor next turn. That is actually huge. So the Shiranui player rides into Shiranui, shriding into Oboro. That's 2 protect markers. He discarded 1 to shride. That's 1 Shiranui in soul, so he gets another protect marker for riding Oboro. So all he needs at this point is to get another Shiranui into soul, and his Vanguard will get plus 15,000 power, and all his Mask of Dominations will get the drive checks as well. So Magatsuge is called yet again to draw another card. So heavy plussing on the side of the Shiranui player, just mad card advantage at this point. So the normal Shiranui is called, and Tobitachi is called. not using effect. He's using 1 Counterblast to pay for the Vanguard's effect. Counterblast 1, discarding 1. He's going to be binding 1 of my rear guards or a card in my drop zone, and it's going to basically copy all the effects. So he copies my Jack, and the token gets the plus 10,000 power passive from Jack as well. He's attacking for 22,000 power here. It's going to be 15k to guard. I guarded it. He sends his soul, draw a card, and he bounces Gun Barugan. So when a card is bounced, he, for using Shiranui's effect, I'd actually have to discard 1 here. So it's essentially as good as a retire, I guess. So Gun Barugan is discarded because I don't even have soul at this point. He attacks with the 24,000 power token. Checks into another Magatsu Gale. No damage triggers. This is a 27,000 power attack. Checks into heal. Huge power all given to Magatsu Gale. So Magatsu Gale is at 25,000 power, boosted by 13,000 rearguard. This is a 38,000 attack. We check into a heal here, which is fortunate. We do in fact heal, and Magatsu Gale's effect in soul and bouncing Tobitachi. So that's a clean field. Everything's back into hand. Second right Victor here. So we do get that 1 soul. And Victor's top 7 on plays misses yet again. This is really very unfortunate. Like, what is going on, Victor? What are you doing? So we missed an opportune +2 already. So Doss Lich, thank goodness Doss Lich is called from hand. And Kuheng is also called. So that's 3 restanders in the front row, but only with 1 soul. And 2 units requiring soul to restand. We can actually attack and restand with Kuheng first. So for the second restand, we can use Victor. So we do get the soul charge, leaving that last soul for Gun Barugan, which is really important. So this is attack number 1. Doss Lich, 14,000 power, 5,000 power to guard. He guarded it. Kuheng attacks for 14. Discarding Doss Lich, restand. 10,000 power to Doss Lich. This attack number 3, 24,000 power, 15 to guard. Attack number 4, Victor soul charging 1 with Doss Lich's second restand. Triple drive here. He's got to be guarding for 1 here. And critical trigger. All effects to Vanguard. And third check. That's a blank, so that's 2 damage. And no damage triggers on his side, so Doss Lich swings for 24 here. He's going to be needing to guard 3 more attacks because he didn't get the damage trigger. So it's going to be a 15, followed by a 5 and a 25 with no sentinels. So 5k to guard, and he can't actually guard the Doss Lich because 25 no sentinels would actually require... Oh, he checks into a heal here. He actually throws in a tower, but the deck says no, he doesn't want to die, so he guards the last attack successfully. And that's his turn. Oh my, what a turnabout of events, dude. Rides into the Oboro here, gaining yet another protect marker. So he calls the Mizukaze, which is a BT05 rare. Guard restrict, which is super crazy. So for the rest of this turn, I can't actually call the same grade again. That means for example, for 1 battle, if you call a grade 0, for the next couple following battles, you can't actually call the grade 0 again. So yeah, you gotta really think carefully about how you want to guard. So he calls a grade 3 searcher, he finds another Shiranui here. Huge, because that's a 22k beater. He counterblast 1 for the Vanguard, discarding a card from his hand. Thinking of the card to bind from my side. And he chooses Hank, which is really, really strong because now he would be able to get a restanding effect. So he calls 2 Shiranui. So wow. I'm probably a goner at this point. So he attacks with the Vanguard first because the Shiranuis already have their effect. And the Vanguard is already at 27,000 power. So with this attack, he's going to be intending to put all trigger effects on one of the Shiranuis and restanding the Shiranui with the Kuheng dominated token. I got with double Kanzen here. So critical trigger, all effects to the Shiranui on the right. This is a 22,000 powered attack. So I am now unable to call Great Zeros already. And hence the reason why I threw a double PG there. So it is a 22,000 power attack. A 15,000 power guard is necessary, but 15 would mean either a grade 1 or 2. So we take that here. He bounces Doslich. And we're gonna need to discard one card from our hand. We discard the grade 0 because we can't actually use grade 0s to guard anymore. He's gonna hit for 32,000, double crit. And it's gonna be followed by a 45,000 attack later on, as his Mask of Domination has the Cool Hang effect to restand the Shiranui. So we take the double damage here, and that's GG. Right, so we head into game 2 here, and I'll be choosing to go first because I lost the first game like a noob. So he rides into grade 3 here. Grade 3 Searcher, gets the easy quick shield money. Top 5, it instantly finds Shiranui, which is the grade 3 you want to be on. You want to be having this grade 3 in hand. Shiranui is more important than the Shiranui Oboro because Shiranui allows you to shrine into Oboro. So he discards the draw trigger. Checks into the Oboro there. Huge, huge, huge. I'll be riding Kick, getting that 5,000 power, checking the draw trigger. So, not bad. So we do see that grade 2 common in hand. So he does play it. This is a new grade 2 common. And he calls the Magatsu Gale. Counter Blast 1, Soul Blast 1, easy draw 1. And we do see Sakura Fubuki here, which is just a really very strong counter charger. And that easy +1 cut filter, getting that plus 3,000 power as well. So it's one of the best counter charges in game. So discarding 1, drawing 1, and if you have 3 units on board, counter charge 1. If you have 1 or less face up. So he calls the Furai here. So he calls yet another Sakura Fubuki. Just as a booster, I guess. This is a 20k power attack. Checks into Furai, 1 damage. Victor goes down. So attacking Furai skill, he bounces 1 rearguard. And he gets to choose, and he gets to give 1 unit plus 6,000 power. So he chooses the Furai itself. This is a 10k guard, 23k attack. He bounced the Furai, so again, all front row rear guards are gone. The power of the disappearing act. We ride into Victor. So do we get it this time? Okay, we do get a Dostage here. Finally. We have a Cool Hang, that's a second restander already. A third restander, Kick, 5,000 power given to Dostage. Dostage attacks 14 here. There's a 10k guard already. Takes it, no damage trigger. We're off to a really good start. Cool Hang attacks. Discarding 1. This is the first restand, plus 10. This is a 24,000 power attack. This is our fourth attack already. Restanding, Soul Charge 1. This is a triple drive. He guards for 1 a pass. Critical trigger, get. All effects to Vanguard. And oh my, still no damage triggers. So Dostage is attacking for 24,000 power here. So he still have to guard 2 more attacks. So the 10 here. Restanding Dostage attacks. And that's game. Right, we have game 3 here. The final game of the series. Who will take it home? Which is the better deck of VPT 11? So he goes first for once. Rides the Sakura Fubuki, riding Gunbargan. Instant critical trigger get. Oh my, he responds with the double defensive draw triggers. That's insane, dude. This man's popping off already. He rides Furai here. So I'll be needing to discard one here. And if I do discard a grade 0, he's gonna draw a card. So I can't actually discard the Quick Shield, which is kind of unfortunate. Quick Shield is actually grade 0. So he forces me to discard Adamski, which actually hinders my plan. Adamski was actually what I really wanted, but probably I had priority on other cards. Calling the Magatsu Gale here. So it's effectively he has already drawn 3 cards here. That's huge. That's the reason why some Nubatama play like multiple draw cards. So yeah, he's attacking with the grade 2. So the effect of this grade 2 is on place, counterblast 1. Your opponent has to call a unit down. And this is used to combo with the Mizukaze. So Furai bounces the grade 2 to draw 1. Gives plus 6,000 power to himself, making him 15. Checks. Check into a draw trigger, nice. And this is actually big. This is a 15, this is a 23. So we write Jack here. Nope, we are threatening. Oh, this is a really good play. We're writing Cool Hang here, and we know it's gonna hit for sure because he definitely wants that counterblast. Unless he has a counter charger in hand, so he's gonna let us hit, I think. Nope. Oh, if he guards it, that means he has a Sakura Fubuki in hand. So really unfortunate for us. I was so sure it was gonna hit then. So currently for now, there isn't much targets to bind. My drop zone is pretty dry. He rides into the Oboro, not the Shiranui. He calls the grade 3 Searcher here. And that's a whiff. That's a big whiff. So at this point, he needs 2 Shiranui rearguards. He's contemplating his turn. He doesn't have that counterblast. So there isn't really much to bind. I mean, he could bind the Adamski. We're seeing that Shiranui rearguard here. So we do see it. So he's actually lacking of a Shiranui. So even if he wrote the normal Shiranui here, he couldn't have gotten another one. But he could have at least gotten another protect marker. So he's calling the grade 2 down. So this is just a 12,000 power attack. This is a very weak Shiranui turn. So this is an easy 15 for 2+. Checks into another draw here. So this is a 22,000 power attack. And luckily I do not have a rear guard, so there's nothing to bounce. He still sends it to Soul to draw. And we take the attack. So sitting comfortably at 2 damage after the opponent going first is actually pretty good. I mean, in today's meta, right? In today's meta standards, starting off your grade 3 turn going second with 2 damage only, that feels pretty good. You know, usually you're on the brink of death already for most decks. So Victor didn't actually fail us this time. We actually found Arashid, although the better options will be Dosledge or Gambarugan. But we'll take it. Arashid's not bad. So Dosledge is called. Luckily, we do have one in hand. Adamski is called. Nice. So Adamski's effect, counterblast 1. We stand Dosledge and Dosledge attacks immediately. If the attack doesn't hit, restand the Restand Dostage. So Dostage moving into battle phase has already restood once. So this is really very good. That's the reason why people play Adamski. So we call Jack here. So Jack actually has that sweet resting effect as well. So we're resting it, and Scarlet Bird is called. So Scarlet Bird Soul Blast 1, restand all rear guards. So draw 1 because we have the starter, White Tiger, and Soul Charge 1 for Dostage second restand. So this is actually super nice. We'll be able to attack with Victor first because our Dostage has already restood for 2 times this turn. So this is a 24,000 powered attack. Easy 15k shield. Victor attacks. Counter Blast 1. Soul Blast 1. Restanding Dostage. Dostage is already on his third restand. And we check into a first critical trigger, all effects. Second crit, all effects. So Dostage is sitting at a big 54,000 power now. Triple critical. It's gonna swing twice with Gun Barugan on rearguard circle. So Jack, boosted by Adamski, is hitting for 27,000. This is a 20,000 power guard. He's gonna use up his protect markers here because he can't actually call the Sentinels against Dostage right now. This is a 54,000 powered triple critical attack. Nice, he gets the heal, deserved. Gets the draw as well. So sitting at 32,000 base, our Gun Barugan is unable to hit. But we do restand the Dostage. Dostage is going to swing yet again for 54 against a 32,000 power. Vanguard, this is going to be a 25k shield to guard. That's 20, that's 5 more. That's a 3 card guard. So pretty painful when you do play that many draws and you lack of 15k shields. So as you can see, my hand isn't really that big going into his second grade 3 turn. This could be deadly, especially if he plays the guard restrict. Dude. So Magazu Gale is called. And he's finding it, he's searching. This man is fishing. He finds the Shiranui. So that's really what he needed, to get another Shiranui in Soul, to give the Vanguard power and give the Mask of Domination the drive effect. He calls the grade 2 down, forcing me to call a unit. So I'd have to call a card down onto my rearguard circles. So I've called the grade 2 here. And the units called do not get their on-place effects. So I already know what's coming. The grade 3 is coming. So I've already called a grade 2. That means I can't actually call another grade 2 if he does indeed call the Mizukaze. So he's binding Hank yet again. So Hank is being really suspicious here. I'm not sure if he's just supposed to be on my team or he's really an imposter. So he calls the Mizukaze, uses its effect, and for the rest of this turn, I can't actually call repeated grades again, so he sends it into Soul. There's 2 Shiranuis in Soul, everything is live. We take that first damage. Luckily, we do get that defensive trigger. He bounces Dostage. We're going to discard Dostage straight away because we can't actually guard with grade 2s anymore. He swings with Vanguard first for 27,000 power. He's going to be making the same play, putting all trigger effects on Magatsu Gale because he has a Kuhang behind his Vanguard. So his Mask of Domination is only at 9,000 power, but he has a single drive and he can restand a rearguard. So this 27,000 power to my Vanguard. I can't call grade 2s anymore. So I'm calling grade 0s here and I'll be doing a complete no pass. Because after this battle, I can't call grade 0s to the Guardian Circle anymore. So it's wise to make a no pass here. So he's making a 28,000 power attack here. And there's no triggers for me, unlucky. So this is a 9,000 powered attack with 1 drive, discarding 1. and restanding his Gale. Oh, there's no triggers. So attacking Jack here because he realizes he can't finish me and attacking. So he attacks the Jack here. That'll be a 10k guard and only grade 1s because grade 0s and grade 2s have been already called. So he bounces back the grade 1 back to hand using Gale's effect. There's 4 cards at the end of his turn. We'll be starting our turn here, calling Kicking Typhoon plus 5000 power to Jack. Jack's skill rest to rear guard, restand himself. So unfortunately the footage got cut here, but Victor does check 3 triggers, being a double heal and a draw. And our Gun Barugan was called to the front row as well, meaning that's a triple restand off that turn. And the game goes to the Nova Grappler player. So as you can see, the Shiranui deck is actually really very potent when paired with Mizukaze, allowing for game-ending turns just simply because of the guard restrict in place. And also, it's very important that the Shiranui deck has double Shiranui in Soul during the battle phase, so they can get their 27,000 power Vanguard and also the drive on the Mask of Domination. So that's it for the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.